Hey guys, so this is my Aether adventure, episode 9. Now, I did a lot off camera. I raided a bunch of bronze dungeons. I went pretty much that entire area for about 1,000 blocks looking for a gold dungeon, and I did not find any. That is our main objective for this episode, and maybe even the next one is to look for a gold dungeon. I actually climbed all the way to the top of the silver dungeon and then flew to a few islands and then went over 2,000 blocks in this direction, which is south, trying to see if there were any gold dungeons, but I did not find any. I'm actually going to go into F5 real quick just to... let's see. Missed. But I'm trying to get on top of my pillar so I can climb to the silver dungeons and scope around. Okay. Let's do an ice stone on that dungeon. And I actually did, when I went this way, I did find some more silver dungeons. I'm not going to raid them, at least for now. I might do them off camera. But I'm gonna go the one direction that I haven't really gone, and that's east. I did know of an island. So this is where I started. There's my original base. Actually, should have put that enchanted dart into my chest, because I have the dart shooter for it. Just letting you know I'm taking a break from talking here. I'm full size out over there. I've been over here quite a bit. I think in episode 4 I went out here. Where I found my first of the shields. 2 in my inventory right now. I'm gonna put them on if I fall into Cockatrice City, which means either Bronze Dungeon or looking. Since a gold dungeon, the island that a gold dungeon would be on is very recognizable. But I haven't found any yet. And I know they're very rare. And if bronze and silver dungeons spawn, then gold dungeons shouldn't. And when I went over that way toward the south, that was a previous take of this episode, but it got interrupted, and I don't remember if I had any technical issues, but I may have had some. I think there was a lot of lag. But that might have just been due to chunk loading. I mean, my computer isn't like a NASA computer or anything. It's decent, but it, for the most part, works for my needs. So this is just a normal bronze dungeon. I'm not even going to worry about the boss. I'm just going to see what's in the chest. I probably should put my shield on, because if there are cockatrices here, I will be mad if they hit me. Ooh, I spawned a sentry. It's a fake chest. Come on. It's a fake chest too, and I spawned another one. Do you hear that like gate opening sound? Oh, it's suffocating. Great. This is the end of the poison darts. Actually, I'm gonna take the iron ring. I'm not gonna need it for now, but I could freeze it. So I'm gonna leave the poison bucket. I have like 3 of those back at my base from after I went back through some of the dungeon chests, and I'm not gonna worry about the boss, at least for now. I may come back and do, because I found a lot of bronze dungeons when I went over to the southern part of the map, but I didn't do any of them. Just because I've just done so many bronze dungeons over this series. I actually should take the shield off, it's getting damaged. This sentry boots are actually really good, and I should have brought some extra, which I do have. And I could do some bronze dungeons to get more of those, because you can get them from boss loot. So, oh, that was like the worst lag spike I've ever had. What is happening? It's like freezing completely. There's a dungeon over there, bronze dungeon. There's 2 there. Like, why it just completely froze like that? That was awful. Okay, there's a silver dungeon. I don't know if Gold Dungeon Islands, if they're specifically isolated. Like, I've seen some areas that are mainly just sky that don't have much land. Like, these silver dungeons can be so high up, like this one, where they'd be very difficult to reach. Like, how do you get up there? You'd pretty much have to pillar up multiple ways, even through a pig, or just bring a bunch of ladders. I mean, ladders, you need to either have a lot of them, or block. Well, you need a lot of ladders, but you need to block it in if you didn't have sentry boots or a shield, because zephyrs would destroy you. And even if you put water at the bottom, that would break your fall, but it wouldn't stop you from getting hit off. And there's a cockatrice down there, so I need to scooch over, because, as I've said before, a cockatrice shot on a pig is a death sentence. There's another silver dungeon. I'm seeing so many of them, but I don't see a single gold dungeon. There's some of the bigger cloud platforms. I wish I had one of those under my base, where my original portal was. Please make land, okay. If I was going to end up falling, I mean, I have a lot of armor, so it's not like I would be too bad off if I end up going to the overworld, but tell if I see anything, at least of value. There's a black moa, but I can't tame it unless it lays an egg, and then I tame the baby. 2 black moas, actually, but I don't know if they'd lay an egg for me. Because I did actually end up growing a white moa, but white moas aren't as good. Black moas give you 8 jumps in midair, while white gives you 4 and blue give you 3. I don't know what that, like, green one gives you. That one that I saw, I don't know because like what that even is, because I know it's not a cockatrice because it's not hostile, but how many jumps it gives you is a mystery. see any single gold. Like, there's golden trees everywhere, but if it was a gold dungeon, you would see a small sort of rounded island that's only golden trees. So there's one of those like yellow green moas that I didn't even know existed until I played this version of the Aether. Now, if I end up finding a gold dungeon, it may end up being worth setting up camp there. And I'd probably go just do that. I'd probably maybe build the shelter in an episode, but then I would go off camera to transport things. Because I need shields, I need lots of armor. And I also need a lot of water. So there's another silver dungeon. And that wasn't the one we just were at, the one we just saw. I think that the moas and cockatrices make the same sounds. So, like a couple gold trees there, but it's like... It's not a gold dungeon, though. I mean, silver dungeons are definitely cooler than bronze dungeons now, but... I know they give you better, like, typically better loot. Aside from that the golden sword that you're guaranteed, which is like the most useless sword in the game. About 700. We actually went a little bit west, now we're going more north. So let's see what loads there, because that's going to be very difficult to reach from here. 5 foot, so it just looks like just a normal Aether Island. Now, I don't know if the Aether uses the same map, the same noise map as the end and the sky, and also the sky dimension that was unused. Because I saw a video where a guy actually loaded sky dimension chunks, like was able to access it in game, and then when he updated to a version that had the end, even though it was before the Outer End Islands became a thing. Wait. Oh. Is that a gold dungeon? It is. How are we going to get to it, though? So that right there is what a gold dungeon island looks like. And there's a lot of high amount of golden trees. But the thing is, there's that little piece of red. And what that is, it's actually called Hellfire Stone, which is kind of interesting for the Aether, that it would be called Hellfire Stone. But it, there's actually Ambrosium there. That's called Hellfire Stone, but it's what the dungeon's made out of. So I need to jot down, so we're X value, or Z value is basically minus 1239. That's probably 100 or so blocks, so it's about 1100. Negative 1239. Oh, this Zephyr's like, set my pig up to get shot into the air. Issue is just, how do I get there? I might have to... Oh, can I make that? If I can, that will be awesome. Oh, come on, pig. Okay, he made it. And I'm gonna break these blocks. island was gonna be that high up, though. Oh, there's a lot of lag. So... now I need to get over there. Okay. That island's probably too far to work, and the Zephyr keeps launching me off the edge. Okay, I'm definitely gonna make that. Now, what I really should have done was brought some wool. Actually, should I land on that? Which island should I land on? Let me get back on this tree. If I should land on the cloud, because there's a cockatrice right there. Or I should try to land on that tree. Go for the tree. So that, I can tell, is a gold dungeon island. I know it is. Okay, so I made it to the tree. Oh, that was a lag spike. Real bad. Bad. Now, once this cockatrice... I'm gonna try to land on this side of the island where the cockatrice might not see me. And then just jump up. Oh, crap. Cockatrice didn't see me. That was suffocation damage. Okay, I'm up top. Now I need to find the entrance to the dungeon. Now I've heard that these gold dungeon islands can spawn cockatrices. So here... oh crap, I hit the tree. Need to be outside. Okay. Okay, I can go here. So we can set up camp here. That's the entrance. Okay, so it's on this, I believe that's the south side. Alright, so... there you go, and there's another pink sheep. There's actually several sheep on that island, so we can craft a bed. Oh, there's a silver dungeon there. So I might go and do the silver dungeon off camera. But now that we know the location of a gold dungeon, I think we're going to be pretty good. We just need to prepare, and that's why I'm going to do at some point do the silver dungeon off camera. If I find something really, really cool, then I might show it, but... oh crap, there's so much lag, and so many Zephyrs. Just need to find a ideal space to plop down a base while I'm here. And I definitely need a base because of all the... if a storm happens, there might be a lot of cockatrices. I think we'll go here. There's like, in Bedrock Edition, you can build your base. You can place blocks when you're 3 blocks above them, but in Java Edition you can't. At least this version, maybe in newer versions you can. It's like your reach is lower. Too much about what the floor's made of, just as long as there's some for me to stand on, I'm good. Okay. So now that I have like the foundations, so we're at 1290, so it's basically 1200. negative 1200. It's like 1200 northeast. Whoa. Yeah. And I actually... Is there... Unless I see a cockatrice down there... Is there a cockatrice? Because that area is dark. And that's a place where cockatrices could spawn. And I really do not need there to be any cockatrices. So I'm actually gonna go back to my... I'm gonna go back to my base. My older base. Grab some resources. And then... Off camera, I'm gonna do the silver dungeon. And then in the next episode, we can prepare for the gold dungeon. Alright, so I will see y'all then. And if I find anything really, really cool in the silver dungeon, then I'll show you. But other than that, bye. Okay, so after going into the silver dungeon, I actually did find something really cool. So I got not only this lightning sword, which turns out it just sets enemies on with lightning, but I found this Valkyrie cape, which basically allows me to fall slowly, so I would assume it would be like a pig. And then if I were to hook on, like, the full holy armor, I don't have the, I think it's the helmet or the boots 1 and 2 that I don't have, so I'll have to do a few more silver just to get the full set, but I'll be able to just fly. I don't know if it'll be as good as the pig or Black Moa, but this, the regeneration stone, if I hook this on, it actually gives me a permanent regeneration effect. It may have durability, but I'm definitely using that for the gold dungeon. Alright, so that's it. And then I actually found another gold dungeon off that way. We're probably not going to do that one, at least for this series, maybe later on. But we're going to do the one that's near to our new base in the next episode. I'll add on the time of me just flying back. I'm gonna have to mine some more Ambrosian while I'm out. I did leave some Ambrosian at my original bases, but I can get more relatively easily because it's so common. I did build the Aether portal. I actually forgot to mention that in a previous episode that I did build an Aether portal at where my second house was, and that was mainly to prevent, so I have access to the Aether without spawning on top of that cloud and having to use a parachute to get back. Here's my new little base. Okay, so now I'm not going to be a pig, so I think this is a good time to end off the episode, and I will see you next